Very good morning to you, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to the National Stadium. We are day number 11, match number 23 of the Spicel T10 tournament. I greet you with really beautiful conditions as we just look at the shot of uh, island, St. George's, as we look at the port. We look at the beautiful buildings, all packed in an era in St. George's. We see in the various the playing field. We see that's look like T10 down there, and we see how it's surrounded. The city is surrounded by buildings, and the sea off just off the city. Really beautiful sight as we look at the St. George's, the tongue of St. George. And as we see those pictures, just some hills just above the tongue, as we can pick up there, the Port Highway. As we see some containers being packed there. Come around to the T10 playing field and the buildings just on the T10 road. Certainly really, really interesting sight as we look at the tongue of St. George and just the surroundings. They're probably going to go up further up to St. Paul's and just around this area is Queen's Park area, the National Stadium, and such a beautiful sight on a morning that is really a beautiful morning for cricket. Probably just a little hazy, but certainly the conditions look really great. We look to the top of the hills there and just some few clouds about, no threat of rain. We expect a really keen contest as we go into match number 23. Very exciting tournament, and we really ask wherever you are, you can come down to take in some of this. We go to just behind us as we look at the housing scheme, just the Dabo housing scheme, and the gravel heap. Really quite a bit of buildings right in the tongue of St. George itself and the surroundings. The beauty of this place is the network of road. As we look at the roads, we come around to the stadium itself. This is where we at, cricket stadium, the track and field stadium next door. There's also another playing field just to looking at the screen to the right of the screen there, which is used for a lot of practice at the Wesley College ground. So we just boast about quite a bit of facilities that we can use, and I think this, as I welcome this morning, John Eugene, I think it's one of the plus we have in Grenada in terms of the amount of facilities that we have access to.
Yeah, good morning, Crony. Good morning to all our listeners and our viewers. You're quite right, Crony. Grenada is such a picturesque island within the Winner Islands, and the amount of facilities, and not only the amount of facilities, you have access to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, to develop your players, and you certainly right up there.
Yeah, certainly the quality of facilities also. I mean, we look around, we can think that we probably could boast about maybe three first-class venues that can be used. We think of right here at the stadium. There's Las Angeles, there's Progress Park. So certainly there is facilities that that a number of our players can use, and I think this is a plus going forward in terms of development. But again, as we come closer to home here, very picturesque here as we look at the stadium itself. Good size stadium. I think the boundaries are pretty good when you look at what we have in the region. We can boast of, the quality of a field and on also the size of the field. So, yeah, just having a really good shot of what we have here to offer in Grenada. Again, the sun just comes out brightly, and we are expecting today, John. As the first two games there, we are expecting again the team just playing for a lot of pride. coming up?
Yes, it's a matter of getting as much needed practice as possible for Saffron Strikers and Ginger Generals. Both of them has qualified for the playoffs, and although this game is of little academic interest in terms of points, but you still want to win and still want to play, play properly so that you have momentum going forward.
Yeah, I agree with you. Both of the teams, will want to end strong. They will want to make sure they come up and win. I think Ginger Generals, in my view, is a team that I expect to do really, really well. Certainly, they haven't won the amount of games that one expected them, but I think it's a team that you can still look to. They can turn the tide around anytime, and if you get into to the last four, this is what you want to have. But we just take a break now. We go down to the ground. We're going to take the toss. So let's hear what happened on the ground on the spinning of the toss.
Welcome to the toss of match 23 in season 2 of the Dream 11 Spice T10 tournament. It is number 3 in the table versus number 4, Ginger Generals versus the Saffron Strikers. These two teams have both qualified for the knockout round of the tournament, and they'll face off each other tomorrow. But first, we are set for match number 23. Mr. Match Referee, over to you. The home captain, Ryan John, has the toss. The call is for a head, and it is a head. Roland Cato and the Saffron Strikers have won the toss. Roland Cato, what's the decision of the Saffron Ginger Generals?
We'll have a bowl first today.
You guys have sitting on third in the table. We know that you both teams have already qualified, but I'm sure you'll be looking for a victory to get into the next stage with a bit more confidence.
Yeah, most definitely. We come out here to play hard today. We know we'll be playing them again tomorrow in the playoffs, so it's about trying to build momentum and going into it.
With that said, based on the condition of the match, any changes to the squad?
Yeah, 2 changes. Mason comes in for McDonald, and Adrian comes in for Charles.
All right, well, Kito, we want to wish you guys all the best for today's match, and we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow again.
All right, thank you.
All right, Ryan John, the captain of Saffron Strikers, losing the toss, being asked to bat first. Looking forward to that challenge.
Yes, definitely. Our team wanted to bat first today to give ourselves a different challenge. Hopefully we could make the most of that and get over 100.
A match where both teams have already qualified and we're playing each other tomorrow. What are some of the things you're looking forward for in this match?
My team definitely started well in the tournament, but sort of lost our way throughout the tournament. So we're hoping that we could definitely get strings pulling and get one of our best games to build some confidence going forward.
We know that this wicket is a good wicket for batting. We know teams have chased down big scores batting second. What total you think would be a good one? You'll be comfortable defending later on.
Just about 110. I mean, our bowling has been doing it for us. I mean, it's just the batting that really didn't come. So hopefully 110 will do us good.
All right. Any changes in this match?
Javan, Andrew, and Chateau is out, and George and John is in.
All right. Well, I want to wish you, Ryan, and the Saffron Strikers all the best for this encounter.
Thank you very much.
All right. So just to recap the news from the toss, Ginger Generals have won the toss and they've asked Saffron Strikers to bat first.
So the news, Ginger Generals won the toss and they have opted to bowl. John, I don't know if you have a chance to look at the wicket this morning, your view in terms of the team bowling for, but just before you can go to that, we probably just look at the team. Saffron Strikers, Ryan John, captain, Kem Charles, Heron Campbell, Dylan Douglas, Jelani George, Nico B. John, Michael Joseph, Lyndon Lawrence, Levon Lewis, Darius Martin, and Josh Thomas. Ginger Generals, Roland Keto, captain, Samuel Charles, wicketkeeper, Larry Edward, Denroy Charles, Johan Jeremiah, Lyndon Mason, Kimani Milius, Kimo Peters, Nicholas Redhead, Adrian Thomas, and Javel St. Paul. Looking at both teams, as you look at the lineup of both teams, and maybe we could probably just look at briefly of Ginger General in terms of some of the players that you think would be the one that really you would look to in an effort really for them to come good today.
Yeah, I think Ginger Generals, Johan Jeremiah and Kimani Milius at the top of the order. they have been really standing out for the Ginger Generals. I think that they are the most productive and, if I may say, the best opening pair of the tournament. Captain Roland Cato and Daniel McDonald, and in the bowling department, St. Paul has been doing well, and Charles has been doing well. So all in all, I think Ginger Generals should have a good game today.
Yeah, certainly, and I agree with you. Based on the players that you have picked out, it's players that have been doing pretty well. You speak of Johan Jeremiah, who have been doing tremendously well in the tournament so far. The team is just about on the field. Just about in the next minute or so, we should be seeing the first ball. And the umpires for today. We have Dayton Butler and Roger Davis. Just a little bit of cloudiness just coming over. But just going back to the toss, we have seen most of the team would have won the toss and opted to field. But one would think as the wicket, as you look at the pitch, more and more matches being played, sometime it can just begin to keep. I wasn't here for the last 2 days. Maybe you might be able to talk about that in terms of the lowness of the wicket at times. The game yesterday.
Yeah, Crony, with the pace of Martin and Josh Thomas, Ginger Generals, to me, winning the toss and doing the right thing.
All right.
Yes, sending in the Saffron strikers, whatever moisture that is on a fresh pitch today, the bowlers from Ginger General will extract it. So all in all, I believe the decision is a good one. Let's see how this unfolds.
So you as captain would have made that decision. Let's see how it works.
Yeah, I think it's a good decision by Cato and the Ginger Generals to insert the Saffron strikers this morning.
Right, so we're about to see the first delivery. Opening the batting. Lawrence. And Denroy Charles. You're going to pick up the attack from that sudden and first delivery to Campbell. Campbell get a short ball, and Lawrence get a short ball. Hit it down to long on, and he ambles a single. Just a loosen up there by Denroy Charles. Saffron strikers. They will really want to end with a win. This ball is pushed on the onside. Appeal by Charles. Seemingly coming off the pad here on Campbell. A short third man. Backward point. Short cover, extra cover and mid off on the offside. Another short deal. We're getting some bongs there. And Campbell there. Just been surprised with the bongs there. Able to push it down in front of him. Charles shot number 19. Right arm off spin to Campbell. Again another short delivery. Again push on in front of him. Samuel the keeper coming around quickly. There's no chance of a run. Charles just a bit on the short side in this over. So far just a single conceded. As you say, Campbell, pitch up Campbell, whip this one down to backward square, gonna go cross the rope now for 4. And just slanting down the leg side, Campbell came forward and really easily played it down to that backward square position, down to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, a lovely shot by Campbell. Daniel Charles just straying on leg stump, and Campbell just helping himself to the first boundary of the morning.
5 without loss should give him do a lot to his confidence. Waited on it and played it well. Another quicker delivery. You're going to pick up a single there. Campbell as he push it to mid wicket. Redhead has had a move to his left. Batsman ambling another run. So 6 without loss. Campbell on 5. The right-handed, they had hitting Lyndon Lawrence, comes into strike. Actually, it's the end of the first over. At 6 without loss, Saffron strikers being asked to take first strike.
Yeah, a steady over there by General Charles. Just 6 runs coming from the first over. Interestingly, Roland Cato and the Ginger Generals has opted to go with spin from both ends this morning.
Yeah, interesting decision. Kimo Peters, the left arm spinner, and he will pick it up from this northern end. Would you have gone for spinning both ends?
Maybe not, but Cato has different ideas. He's outside, and he knows the conditions better than I do.
Yeah, should be in a better position to make that call. So Kimo Peters is going to come around the wicket to Campbell. First delivery. Just going down the leg side and would be signaled wide by umpire Roger Davis. Toss speed ball him. And coming forward there was Campbell, and I seemed to pass between the bat and the pad there as he came forward the ball. Just give him a little there as we look at the replay here. Yeah, just praying down the wrong line.
Yes, his delivery went right through bat and pad. Campbell really not covering his stumps, and this ball drifting in with the arm and hitting the top of middle.
Yeah, really would be disappointed. Didn't seem to do much. Just pushing down the wrong line. So Ginger General strike right away, picking up the wicket of Campbell, bowled by Peters. A sort of start I think that Ginger Generals would have been looking for. Pick up all the wickets. So the Dylan Douglas comes into strike. Yeah, it's a quiet period this morning. So actually, starting with spin on both ends seem to have really paid off. That's Kimo Peters just giving that ball out just a little bit of air and angling in. Campbell pushing down the long line, probably playing for the ball, leaving him, and that one just came in with the arm. So Dylan Douglas faces first delivery. Again, pitch up, and he played this one easy to mid wicket, and Redhead having just a little bit of running to do to his left. So he's off the mark right away.
Leg. That's leg. Middle. That's middle.
And we have seen that batsmen nowadays take two guards. I think we were used to taking one guard. Now they're asking for two. Lawrence pushing on the offside. Just not doing too much. Milius comes in from point D to pick it up. So this shorter delivery. Coming through pretty quickly there as Lawrence looking to play on the onside. I just seem to be sliding off the wicket. Short third man a point, cover, extra cover mid-off. All in the circle on the offside. Hit on the pad again. Lawrence looking to play on the onside, make two contact, go into this pad. And that completes the first over by Peters, just going for two, picking up the important wicket there. And after 2 overs, Saffron strikers, they are 8 for 1.
An excellent over there by Peters. First of all, getting the wicket of Campbell and just restricting the batsmen for just 2. Excellent start by Peters and by the Ginger Generals.
Charles is going to continue his second over, his first over, going for 6 runs. Similar feel for the right-handed Douglas. As Charles, the off spinner, comes into Douglas, and this one is pushed back on the wicket. Again, really quiet start here by Saffron strikers.
Look at him.
Denroy Charles actually came into the tournament late. This one is swept and over backward square and again go down to the boundary for 4. Gain ball, give him a little bit of air. And it was hit over backward square. Redhead had no chance. And it goes down to the boundary for 4.
Yes, again, Daniel Charles just strain on leg stump, and this time Dylan Douglas on bended knees just help himself to fall over the backward square.
Yeah, Douglas moves to 5. And it's 12 for 1. We into the third over. The right-handed Charles. Pitch up again is choked to mid-on, long on. And Milios comes off the boundary. The Ambler single. So Lawrence come back into strike. Just on 1 from 5 deliveries. Again, played two square leg. This time he was not able to get it past Redhead. Make a tumbling stop to his left. Ball again giving some air and just choke on the onside. It's 13 for 1 into the third over. Again, just trained down the leg side. Again, Lawrence not being able to get this one away.
Power play, that's some good early dots still, eh? Grateful fight, yeah.
13 for 1. Interested. So Ollie Dots, really grateful. Charles. Again, straight down the leg side. This one is hit down to the mid-wicket fielder who comes around make a good stop on the boundary. And the batsman pick up 2 runs there. Ball struck. Timed well, and the fielder on the boundary really had to move really quickly to his left. And that's 2 to Lawrence. He moved to 3. It's 15 for 1 at the end of 3 overs.
Dylan Charles, another good over by Dylan Charles. Crony, I am not seeing the urgency of the batting from the Saffron strikers. Yes, they have already qualified for the playoff, but one would think that going into tomorrow, you would want to, bat and have some confidence.
Yeah, I agree with you. This just seemed to be, sort of casual approach, but you want to maintain a winning way. And if you keep winning matches, you come part of it to win matches. We haven't seen that urgency as Peters. Again, this a ball day that actually bowled him well. Again, and we're going to see what the replay there as that ball didn't seem to do too much. Short delivery, looking to cut, comes off the bat and goes into the stump. And again, Dylan Douglas, they really, I guess, would be really disappointed. And Peters picking up his second wicket.
Yeah, this ball just keeping a slightly low, not really bouncing as much as Dylan Douglas would have anticipated, and the ball just kind of into firmly on the edge, just kind of into his off stump. What would be interesting, Crony, is these two teams, Ginger Generals and Saffron Strikers, will be coming up against each other tomorrow in the playoff. And I would think that Saffron Strikers would have want to have the bragging rights from today.
Yeah, I agree with you. And you would be looking at all areas to see how you would be able to plan that all important game for tomorrow. And we certainly now really seeing it from Saffron Striker. Let's hope the captain around John comes into the strike. So I probably just hope that he can turn it around.
5 deliveries to come.
So it's 15 for 2. And the captain, Ryan John. This one is pitched up. He stroked it again down to long on. And Jeremiah comes up the boundary. Again, a full toss, and one would expect that, just push it. Probably on another day, you would have really hit that ball. 4 minutes, Jeremiah would not have been able to get around on long on. A 1 to John. Another short delivery, keeping a bit low. Well played by Lawrence. He really had to come down on this one. And he plays it down to a deep mid wicket. So he pick up 1. It's 17 for 2. And you see Kimo Peters in his second over. Already picked up 2 for 4. Just trying to put it on a spot. batsman having just a little bit of difficulty. And again, he's coming good delivery. John had to defend. Having a good spell so far by Peters. Not trying anything too much, but just trying to put it in the right areas. So John, again, another one. Good line. Shortish in length, but just, as you said, John, just seemed to be staying down a bit. He push it back along the wicket. So the left-handed Chemo Peters tossed up. John is coming down again and looking for the drive. And he really has been beaten. Goes into the pad on the onside, and that completes a very good spell by Chemo Peters. He would have bowled his 2 overs. And he had 2 wickets for 4. 17 for 2 after 4 overs. This might just probably be, I'm not sure, could be the lowest score in the power play in the tournament. Maybe something that we probably need to check. So 17 for 2 after 4 overs.
Yeah, we're going to get Kerry on the ball. Kerry, very efficient. He's going to come up with this information for us very shortly, Crony. Peters, a very good spell, 2 for 4. Just keeping the Saffron batsmen in check here this morning. But I must say it again, I don't think the Saffron batsmen are really up to the challenge this morning.
So Larry Edward, the left arm spinner from the southern end, he also comes around the wicket to bowl to Lawrence, and this one is pushed short on the offside. Keto. Urgency. 17 for 2. We into the 5th over. And spin continues. Left-handed Larry Edward plays down to short fine leg, and he's going to amble a single. The captain, Ryan John, comes in to strike. So we expect really some keen competition really to start tomorrow as we head down to the final. A backward point is now being pushed right back on the boundary. So 3 fielders on the offside, right back on the boundary. Keto just pushing himself back to normal cover outside the off stump, and he's looking to cut. Again, made no contact as John. So there's long off, cover on the boundary, and a backward point on the boundary. Short third man, and a cover on the offside. There's a long on, right back, mid-wicket, right back on the boundary. And John is stroking this one. It goes down to long off. So 1 more to John. Score move to 19 for 2. The backward point comes up into the circle. And this one hits straight. And let's see, gonna clear, just drop 1 bounce into the boundary for 4. Again, give him some air. And Lawrence hitting it straight back and down to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, Larry Ed was just missing his mark there. That's this delivery right in the slot, and Lawrence making no mistake.
So he moves to 9 as he faces his next short delivery, pulled down to mid-wicket. Let's see where this goes. He's going to clear mid-wicket, good shot, and goes on stop on the seats there, and really a good shot by Lawrence. It was a short delivery, really had to be hit, and he really gave it the full treatment.
A short delivery by Larry Ed was dragging this one down half pitch, and Lawrence gladly accepted that, depositing this one over deep mid-wicket into where the sitting areas are, and for a magnificent 6.
So first over by Edwards, going for 12. 2 bad deliveries, which was given the right treatment. Lawrence moves on to 15, moves up into double figures. So 29 for 2 after 5 overs, halfway stage. Javid St. Paul. And he's taking up the attack from this northern end.
Don't squander it now.
Umpire just making sure that the bails are in place. Did have some good spells is Javid St. Paul's. Have been able to use quite a lot of variations in his bowling. And does at time able to get some bonks off the wicket. He's sort of bowler that really the sort of thinking bowler. He looks as though he really study his game. And one would think that we will see him really trying to use all his skill today. He's going to bowl to the captain, Ryan John. It's on 2 from 6 deliveries. And his field is again a slip. Or should I call it short third man? Point on the boundary. Extra cover. Captain K2. Cover on the boundary in redhead. This one comes off the edge and goes down to the boundary for 4. Again, just wide of the short third man, who was fairly fine. Ball pitched up. That's John looking to drive. Comes up the edge. Again, seemed to be a slow delivery. So welcome boundary for Saffron strikers. They are 33 for 2. Captain Ryan John goes on to 6. We see the third man just move a little to his left, going a little bit finer. Pitched up and stroked down to the cover fielder on the boundary, Redhead. Just a little bit of misfield there by Redhead, allowed the batsman to come back for 2. So it's 35 for 2. And for the first time, we have seen a little aggression there. The ball was hit down to that position, and they were attempt. You could see the first one was run very quickly. Looking for the second one, Redhead, I think, just lifts his head a bit too early. Short deliveries, and this going to go down to the boundary. Let's see. Clears the boundary and goes over the rope at long leg for 6.
Yeah, St. Paul digging this one in short, and Ryan John looking to hit that over the backward square. Just taking the top edge and going over fine leg for 6.
So 41 for 2. Again, I think he was beaten by the pace there. He got some bonks. And John looking at it squarer. And with the fine leg in, he went down to the boundary. St. Paul, again, slow delivery, steered just to the right of the short third man. And John pick up another single. But there again, we see the variation. The delivery before was a quicker one, bonks. John looking to pull back with square. And I think he was beaten by the pace and the bonks that he got. And this was a slow one. But John was done very well to have read this one. He had to reach for it and just push it just to the right of the short third man. Lawrence, short delivery, pulled to mid-wicket and goes down to the boundary for 4. Again, slow delivery. And Lawrence was equal to this one. And the mid-wicket being straight. And he played it squarer and it crossed the fence for another boundary.
St. Paul not express space by any means, but really bowling short, and the batsman Lawrence just waiting on the back foot and hitting this one over mid-wicket for 4.
Yeah, I think this is one of the over that he's still using his variation, but his length haven't been good. Such a batsman, probably the batsman got used to him, and this one hit to K2 at cover, and that completes the over. 17 runs from that over. So after 6 overs, the Saffron strikers, they have 46 for 2.
Yeah, an expensive over there by St. Paul, in contrast to what has been happening this morning. The spinners really keeping a grip on things. St. Paul really bowling an ordinary over, really releasing the pressure on the Saffron strikers.
Yeah, the last 2 overs have been good for Saffron strikers. I think there was some 29 runs in the last 2 overs, We saw Edwards bowl his first over going for 12, and now St. Paul's is first over going for 17. So 46 for 2. Saffron strikers. They lost the toss and was asked to bat. 6 overs being bowled.
Right down wrong the wicket, huh?
Adrian Thomas
Right down over.
replaces
Put your bucket inside.
Edwards from the southern end.
Back in all the space inside.
And the captain ran John on 15.
Right down over.
He has faced 10 deliveries. Lawrence 19 from 14 deliveries. As Thomas going to come over the wicket to bowl to John. Short delivery, wide. This one very short. It's 47. Again, this field remain the same, just similar feel. Thomas, Adrian Thomas. Right arm over the wicket. Another short delivery. This one, again, staying down a bit. Again, John looking to cut it down to that backward point area. There's just a short third man and a backward point in the circle. And there's cover right back on the boundary. So if he probably would get a bat on it, he just had to be the short third man and the backward point. Here's Thomas once again. Short delivery again, and how did that miss the stump? He probably passed pretty close to the stump. Again, this ball staying down a bit. John looking to play it on the onside and made no contact.
Thomas just skidding through. The ball just skidding through, not really bouncing as much as the batsman anticipated, but the ball just skidding through and keeping just a little bit low.
Yeah, seemed to be that bowler that pretty deceptive. And John is looking to play on the onside. Again is beaten. Looking to play it on the onside. Good delivery there by Thomas. John just taking a couple paces down. But you said John really does not seem to be lifting. He's short in nature, and the way he bowled, one tend to feel that it would more than often stay down. This one, the hit and goes over the short third man for 4. Full toss. And John just looking to drive square, I would think, but comes off the edge, goes over where that short third man area is. And it goes yet another boundary. That brings up the 50. 51 for 2. John moves to 19. Joins Lawrence also on 19. So 51 for 2 in the 7th over. As Thomas once again to John, and John is driving firmly down to long off, and the fielder comes around well and really made a good stop there. That one was firmly struck, was really traveling. So John picks up another run. He's moves to 20, 52 for 2. See just a slight drizzle coming across the field, and the groundsmen don't seem to be too worried, neither do the umpire. And again, slower delivery, well bowled as John Lawrence was looking for the big drive. And this one went straight to the keeper. So they end off a fairly good over. He only went for 6 in that over after 7 overs. Saffron strikers, after being asked to bat first, they are 52 for 2.
A steady over by Thomas. His action is not the tallest of persons. Just keeping it on line and letting the pitch do the rest. He's keeping it relatively low, and the batsman getting some form of difficulty in scoring the big shots.
Yeah, he looks very deceptive, and he's short in stature, and you know, just tend to get a lot of pace from the arms, and really has somewhat have the batsman a little bit of difficulty. We have seen in bowl that final delivery was a slow delivery, and really Lawrence was not able to negotiate. Got 52 for 2 after 7 overs. Ginger General will be pleased as Nicholas Redhead. He's going to come in for his first over. And he'll be bowling to the captain of Saffron Strikers, Ryan John. Outside the off stump, and again, wide we signal by umpire Roger Davis. So another extra. 53 for 2. Runway just at 7.57. And this pair has put on 38 so far. That's Redhead. Just missing his run. Is going to turn again. Wearing the number 6 shirt. As he's up to John. John is lifting this one. This one will go over. Yeah, just over extra cover. And it clears the rope for 6. Ball over pitch. And he really moved into it and hit it just over extra cover.
Over pitch delivery by Redhead and Ryan John using his arm, all arms, and just helping this one over extra cover for 6.
So 59 for 2. Saffron Strikers would probably need a lot more of this. Just 2 overs after this one. So Redhead is 7 from just 1 delivery. He's up to the wicket ball to John. Pitch right up. John steered this. Well played down to third man. Again goes over the rope for 4. Well played by John. He didn't try to do too much, but steered it nicely. As we look at the replay, ball pitch right up and place it just to the left of the fielder on that backward square boundary and pick up a very important boundary.
A lovely shot by Ryan John using the whiff and just guiding this one down past where a vacant backward point would have been.
63 for 2. John quickly moves up to 17 deliveries. Redhead going for 11 so far in this over. Just 2 deliveries bowled. He will really want to get much more. Keto is making some adjustment there, moving the backward square and the square leg. That now goes to short fine leg and taking out the short fine leg and put him on the offside too. Gully. Strange position there. A gully. Fairly deep. So Redhead is gonna on his way over the wicket to bowl to John. And John stroked this one down to long on for 4. Really good shot. Well played. Another over pitch delivery. And he stroked it nicely down to long on. Jeremiah, who was in long on, was fairly wide. Really had no chance. And he picked up another important boundary.
A lovely shot by Ryan John again. This ball pitched up and just helping himself to fall down to long off Jeremiah. Down position down on the long on boundary. Could only retrieve the ball.
67 and really expensive over so far from Redhead. 15 runs coming off just 3 deliveries as he's on his way once again to bowl to Ryan John. Full down the leg side, wide signal. Yet again long is over. 2 wides in over so far. 68 for 2. Saffron Strikers really has picked up the pace in the last few overs.
Yeah, Redhead just losing the mark in this over. Some 16 runs so far, and he's really struggling at this moment.
So the captain Ryan John is just having some discussion. Jeremiah into the mix. Redhead would be disappointed with this over so far. Saffron Strikers really would have picked it up in the last 3 overs. Most 68. As you see, Keto is making some adjustments in the field. The backward point going right back. Still a short third man. One would probably call it more a deep slip. So certainly big gap between that backward point and that fielder. Be called a slight slip, pitched up, lifted down to long on. Jeremiah gets under it and takes a catch. Really good comeback by Redhead, picking up the wicket of Brian John. The ball pitched up and he stroked it straight down to long on. Again, slower delivery. And John looking to clear the long on boundary. Only succeeded in hitting it down to Jeremiah, who accepted a simple catch.
Ryan John is probably going to be very disappointed with this dismissal. This delivery was right in the slot, and the way he has been batting, he has missed out on this delivery.
Yeah, he will be disappointed. But again, you could see the slow one, sort of off break. And John probably didn't pick up that slower delivery, but hit it straight down. Probably there was a discussion. There were Jeremiah, there was the captain, K2, and Redhead in the discussion. Maybe it's a plan. And if it was it really worked, picking up that wicket?
Yeah, whatever the plan was, it definitely worked.
Michael Joseph, another hard-hitting batsman, comes in, 68 for 3. We're still in the 8th over. Redhead pick up that important wicket, 1 for 16. Still with 2 deliveries to go. And the right-handed Michael Joseph faces his first ball from Redhead. And he plays it out on the offside, down to the fielder on the point boundary. So he's off the mark with a single. So Lawrence comes in to strike, 19 from 15 deliveries. So Ryan John got 34 from 19 deliveries, 4 fours and 2 sixes. And I'm sure he probably would have wanted to stay this to the end. That was not to be, as Lyndon Lawrence faces, should be the final delivery from Redhead, and plays it down to mid-off and ambles a single, and that completes an expensive over, but also successful over, and he's going for some 18 runs in that over.
An expensive over there by Redhead, 18 runs, and but picking up the important wicket of Ryan John. 70 now after 8 overs. Your prediction, Granny?
Yeah, I think they would love to get up to 90. I would think they would still want to get up to 19 in the last 2 overs.
Well, you always get it right, Crony.
No,
so
not
90?
Not always. Not always. I think I got it once. I got it right once. So 70 for 3 after 8 overs. Joseph, 1 from 1. And Lawrence, who opened the batting. 20, just 16 deliveries on 20. Larry Edwards, and his first over going for 12 runs, so he's going to continue his second over. And he's going to bowl over the wicket to Lawrence. As he's up to bowl to Lawrence, wide of the off stump. Again, just losing his direction there. But just 3 wickets down, 2 overs to go. Again, umpire just making sure that the signal is acknowledged. 71 for 3. Edwards to Lawrence, and Lawrence is hitting this one down to long on, no timing. Milius comes off the boundary, so he goes by 1 more, 72 for 3. Michael Joseph, and Joseph being one of the players who would have done very well in the first edition, who hits the ball well. As he faces Edwards. Again, this is wide off the off stump.
Working there, not bad. Just average your line here for me. Just
You
average
know,
your
John,
line
we,
for me.
we, we had a discussion in terms of his delivery. Let's see as he comes up. Pitch up, swing down to long on. Milius accept that catch.
Thank you, Larry. Just
Again,
average your line here, big man.
Joseph not getting hold of this one. Looking to clear the long on. And Milius came around, takes a easy catch. And Edwards picking up another wicket. 73 for 4 in the ninth over.
Yeah, good catch there by Kimani at Amelius at the long on boundary. Larry Edwards still trying to find the right line and length. We saw him going wider to Lawrence, and on this occasion a lot straighter to Joseph. I think he's probably trying to get the right line and length.
Well, you were supposed to come back and give me some answers. The training session, with the Volcanoes training session. I find it a little strange in terms of the way he bowls. I find as he does not seem to be as comfortable as he was. We saw him bowl a couple of wides in this over and just seemed to be rushing a bit. And maybe, to me, the ball is not coming out the way you want it to come out. But again, you would look into that, so see how that plays out.
Unfortunately, Crony, I have no answer yet.
Nico B. John. This one is hit down to long off, and going to go over long off for 6. Again, another full toss, and Lawrence taking really full advantage of this one. Again, full outside the off stump, and you could see, again, probably would have been close to a wide. Not the type of delivery he'll want to be bowling now. And played well by Lyndon Lawrence. He moves to 27. The score moves to 79. So he's still 11 short of 90. 8 deliveries. And this one is hit straight, and going to clear the long on fence. Really a good hit again by Lawrence. Over pitch delivery. And he really hit it over long on for a huge 6. Ball in the slot and really given the right treatment.
Yeah, Larry Edwards again missing the mark, and he's really not sure about the length that he should be bowling.
So it's 85 for 4. Lawrence, those 2 6s move to 33. And Edwards in for some rough treatment. Still have 2 deliveries in this over. Some 15 runs in the over so far. As he comes over the wicket to bowl to the right hand, and Lawrence is hitting this one down to long on. And ambles us in as Milius comes off the boundary. So 86 for 4. Edwards 1 for 28 so far. And Nickleby John can face his first delivery. As the left arm, Edwards comes in bowl to John. Again, wide off the off stump, will be signal wide by the umpire, Dayton Butler. Edwards won't be too happy with this over. He's up again to bowl to Nickleby, looking to drive. Make no contact, and that completes his over. We'll run with a 9.67 after 9 overs. Saffron Strikers, after being sent into bat, they're 87 for 4.
But Larry Edwards won't be happy with these figures today. 1 for 29 of just 2 overs. But the Saffron Strikers looking a lot better now at 87 for 4, moving into the last over.
Yeah, definitely. At one stage, after I think it was after the 4th over, was 12. So really, the last 5 overs, some 75 runs have been scored. So they really have picked it up. The batting of Ryan John, I think, would have turned the tide a bit. And then we see Lawrence coming into his own. So St. Paul, who went for 17 in his first over, will be picking up the attack. long on, and Jeremiah just being pushed a little straighter. The mid wicket, Edwards, straightish mid wicket, and the back was square, all back on the boundary on the leg side. Short, fine leg. St. Paul's up to the wicket, both to Lawrence. Lawrence hit this one down to a cover. Redhead comes in, just dropped one bounce in front of Redhead, and they pick up a single. Not getting hold of this. I think you would be a little bit disappointed, Lawrence, not being able to do much more with that particular delivery.
Yes, definitely. Ball short and wide outside the off stump. Lawrence really missing out there.
88 for 4. St. Paul. As he's over the wicket to bowl to John. John looking to hit this one down to long on, not timing. He went bouncing down, and Milius from mid off, long off. Just comes around and pick up, but there is no timing there. It's 89 for 4. In the final over, Saffron striker has been asked to bat first, as Lawrence is hitting. This comes off the edge, goes down to the boundary for 4. Again, Lawrence looking for the big shot, somewhere over mid-on. And it comes off the edge, and with the short third man, just past between, just to the right of the keeper, and rushes down to the boundary for yet another boundary. 93 for 4.
Lawrence throwing everything at this delivery. This delivery was pitched up and looking to hit this one over, long off, all long on, just succeeding in a thick outside edge, well wide of the keeper, and 4 productive runs.
Yeah, well, just 3 deliveries remaining, and we'll want to maximize those 3 deliveries. Pitcher makes no contact, ball pitch up. Slow delivery, bowled by St. Paul. And Lawrence looking to again to hit somewhere over, long on. 93 for 4 in the 10th over. Lyndon Lawrence, who opened the batting, is on 39. As Redhead. And this one hit down to, let's see, goes over a backward square, long leg for 6. Very good shot by Lawrence. Ball just seemed to, not a bad delivery. It didn't look as a bad delivery. Really picked it up. As we look at the replay, they really picked it up. Just from around middle stump. And hit it over wide long leg. And goes over the rope.
Yes, a lovely shot by Lawrence. Just picking this one up from middle stump and just helping himself to 6. A magnificent shot there by Lawrence.
So he moves to 45 with that delivery remaining. You would want to get up to the 50. Probably you'd need to hit another maximum.
But Crony, interesting. Thomas only bowled 1 over for. He bowled 1 over for only 6 runs, and he was not given a second over.
And did create some difficulty in that over. I think he did create some difficulty. Seemed to be skiddy off the wicket. Very deceptive. One would have thought, the over he had, he would have come back for his second over. St. Paul, this one hit down to cover. And Kito moves around and field, and they amble another single. So Saffron striker just getting up to 100 for 4 of the 10 overs. Lyndon Lawrence finishing with 46. And they will be happy based on the start that they had to get up to 100 for 4 of the 10 overs.
Yeah, they have come back nicely, posting 100 from the allotted 10 overs. A good innings by Lawrence and also by Captain Ryan John. I think Saffron strikers, considering the start that they had, would be quite satisfied with this total.
Yes, I think they will be very satisfied. And remembering that after 4 overs, there were just 12 runs. And the way they started the bat didn't give the impression, that there was no drive. But as we saw the captain coming in and really playing a good inning. And Lawrence bat right through the inning, and he finishing with 46 not out. So really, he has certainly played a good hand. And 100, as we see teams falling short of 100 so many times, So it is still a competitive score. Saffron Strikers ending with 100 for 4 after being sent into bat. And I dare say that, the Ginger Generals probably wouldn't find it as easy as they expected at the turn of the crease.
Yeah, Crony, but I share a thought and a little bit of sympathy for the players. They have been going on for almost a week now, a week and a half, almost a week and a half now, and with the effort that they have put in, some of them might be just a little bit tired and maybe carrying little injuries that we are not aware of, but a good comeback by the Saffron Strikers.
But that's an important point you made there. Sometimes we tend not to think that they have been going from the foot. So it's over a week they have been going, and really every day they have been coming and working hard. And if you're not like a professional with that level, you definitely will find a lot of difficulty. So sometimes maybe we are too hard. All right, I think Cherise have someone down on the ground, so let's go down to her. Over to you, Cherise.
Okay, here with me at the innings break for the first match of the day, we have Kimo Peters of the Ginger Generals. Now, Kimo, you guys won the toss this morning and decided to send Saffron Strikers into bat. What sort of score were you anticipating?
Well, we were looking like probably about 80 to 100 runs, and we could defend it based on the experience we have with Farmers and Johan Jeremiah, so we could get that runs quickly.
Okay, and we saw a very clinical start to the Ginger Generals bowling attack this morning, restricting the Saffron Strikers to just about 18 runs at the end of the power play. But then we saw Saffron Strikers really powering through the middle overs. What are your comments on the way this innings ended and your bowling attack?
Well, I mean, we didn't stick to the plan to the end. I think we should have walked. The bowler should have bowled more on the offside. So yeah, we had a good power play with myself and St. Paul, but it's hard luck. Yeah.
Okay, all the best in your cheese.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Cherise. 100 for 4. Let's see, she have someone else on there. So back over to you.
Okay, I'm here with Nikobi here from the Saffron Strikers. Nikobi, we saw today the Saffron Strikers. You guys were off to a very rocky start with Ginger Generals being able to restrict you all to just about 18 runs in the power play. What was it like batting for you guys out on the field?
Well, batting there was a bit rough at the start. The wicket did not produce any, momentum. So our opening batsman did not, execute as well. But as you can see, coming down to the back end, Mr. Lawrence did a great job pulling in team through 100, so that should build our confidence as we go out to field.
And what type of score were you guys anticipating to make today?
Well, to be honest, 90 plus. Yeah, that was our total, but we got 100, so we're very much satisfied.
Okay, and you believe that you can successfully defend the 100 runs?
With our bowlers? Yes, I really think so.
Okay, thank you again and all the best with your cheese.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, certainly we will wait to see they try to defend that score of 100. So we'll take a short break and just hope that you're going to join us shortly as the Ginger General is going to reply, try to get up to 101 for victory.
The final weekend in the Dream 11 Spice T10 2.0 cricket tournament fast approaches. And Grenada, it's time to fill the stands. This Saturday 16th and Sunday 17th April, it's the T10 playoffs. The top 4 teams will look to book their place in the grand final on Monday 18th April. Game times 11:45 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday matches $5 EC. The grand final Monday the 18th, $10. Bring the drums, count shell, coolers. It's the biggest stadium line and catch all the action on this station. The Dream 11 Spice T10 2.0 cricket tournament. Love the game.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Energy. The world runs on it every day.
Good morning. Welcome to Seoul.
Hi.
Hi.
And when we put the best of the Caribbean together with the energy we harness, everything runs so much smoother. Because at the end of the day, it's all about connecting people.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Seoul, wherever your journey begins.
The biggest and safest summer festival in the region, August 8th and 9th. Let's go to Grenada for Spice Mass. Call your booking agents and get your tickets today.
I can't wait for T10. I can't wait to enjoy myself in a this stadium. Mama tell everything goes shine, local talent doing well. Big up on yourself, sing it out. T10. Enjoy this.
I too have felt the impact of this pandemic and miss the days of being able to socialize with the freedom we once had. But it is in these times that we must come together to fight as one people through getting vaccinated and doing what's right. I am Aruna Neptune and I am fully vaccinated. Play your part. Keep yourselves, your loved ones, and your community protected. Spice Mass. Here we come. It's our time again.
Deeply rooted in our rich ancestral traditions. Spice Mass, the return, a celebration of life.
Welcome to Spice Mass 2022. Reviving the spirit of our ancestors through our traditional mass. jab, the unique celebration of freedom, drenched in black. Feel the power. The rejuvenating sound of pan. A display of
So welcome back, and we're going to the second half of this game. Saffron Strikers, remember, 110 for 4, and then Ginger Generals, of course, got to get to that 101, beg your pardon, for victory. As I say, good afternoon to John Eugene for the first time today. Well, I am for the first time.
Stevenson, and how was your morning so far?
It was a rigorous morning, really rigorous. Quite a few things had to get done prior to coming to the stadium, but I got in one piece after all, and we couldn't do no guesstimation today, but for the first innings. But let's see how it goes in this one. So, good knock by Lyndon Lawrence, 46.
Yes, very good innings, holding the innings together really, and Ryan John playing the big shots really helped the Saffron Strikers to the total of 100.
Yes, but good bowling performance also by the Ginger Generals. So Melias and Jeremiah, the left and right combination, is going to start, and Charles is going to move in. So here's the first ball to Melias. Well, it's not the first ball. He has to go back. So let's go, they say. Here is in Charles to bowl to Melias. Down the track, outside the off stump, wide signal. But it's interesting because Melias was already dancing down the track. He's a naturally aggressive batsman. I think, though, that his shot selection, he's got to be more astute about it. Charles is in, bowls to Melias off the back foot and cuts the ball down to sweeper position. And he is off the mark. The total has gone to 2 without loss, brings the left-handed Johan Jeremiah. I think Melias is a player with immense potential. I just think he's got to give a little bit more thought to his game, to his batting preferably. And he's got to be a little bit more selective in his stroke play at all levels, really. So here is Jeremiah, who's going to be facing up to Kim Charles, and he is off the back foot and pulls the ball to deep to fine leg, and the catch is taken. Well, it looked so much a soft dismissal. That delivery was maybe just about on the leg stump, and he was getting inside the line. I think he hit it too fine. He was looking to hit that squarer. Let's look at it now, outside the leg stump, and he really made a meal of that. That should have gone over the infield. That should have gone for 6 or 4. And so the Generals, they've lost their first wicket as Jeremiah, they're caught by Levon Lewis of the bowling of Charles without scoring. And the Ginger Generals, they've got a setback there, 2 for 1.
Well, this is called the game of cricket.
I guess.
You would bet your bottom dollar that Jeremiah would hit that over mid-wicket or over square leg for 4 with the kind of form that he's in throughout this tournament. But on this occasion, just finding the field at short fine leg. A long hop on leg stump,
Yes.
really.
Not very often you do get caught there at the short fine leg. You know, sometimes for the sweep shot that takes the back of the bat, that sort of thing. But to get inside and pull and to be caught at short fine, not very often you see that. So Kim Charles has broken through very early, 2 for 1, as Cato, the captain, comes in. Here is Charles in to bowl to Cato. Cato is off the back foot and cuts that down to the long off, hits that down to the long off area. That's not where he wanted it to go. I think he wanted to hit that straighter. And got it more so with the bottom of the bat and went down to the long off position. He got his first run though. He's gone to 1. as he comes in once more is Kem Charles to bowl to Melias, who is off the back foot. Oh, that drop, that slip. It's going to go down to the third man boundary. Will it get there? Touch and go. Just pull back inside. Levon does a good job, and the batsmen have time to cross for two. And that did maybe go to the hand that slipped. Is that John that slipped? And it went for two. So it was a narrow miss there by Melias. He's gone to 3. 5 for 1. Charles is in and bowls to Melias, who is cutting outside the off stump. Fine shot. That's going to go all the way to the boundary. 4 runs. Outside the off stump. Rank long hop. And he rocked onto the back foot and cut that between the third man, short third man, and backward point. And it raced away to the boundary for 4. So Melias has gone quickly to 7, and the total has gone to 9 for 1. Quite a lot happening in the first over. Here he is again, Charles, to bowl to Melias, who to this delivery is hitting that over the mid-wicket area. That's gone. That's gone a long way, and it's 4 runs just inside the mid-wicket boundary. Rocked onto the back foot, and you would have thought maybe he would have hit that through the offside, but he decided to pull through mid-wicket, and it was short enough, and it went 1 bounce over the boundary line. 4 runs to Melias, so his naturally aggressive instinct just coming into play. He's gone to 11, and after 1 over, a successful one though, but rather expensive, 13 for 1.
Yeah, Melius, being the dominant onside player, he's took this ball from way outside the off stump and hitting this one over mid-wicket. An expensive over there by Charles, although picking up the important wicket of Johan Jeremiah, but still conceding some 13 runs from this over.
88 required of 54, that's the equation. And of course in 10-10 cricket, that's more than gettable. Darius Martin, tall fast bowler. I think he's got good prospect, Martin. You like him?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. He's the buzz around the park these days.
Yes, I like him. Nice turn of pace. Good approach to the wicket. Tall. Nicely built. He's not big and burly, but he's just nicely built. Just the perfect foil for a fast bowler. Will move in to bowl to Cato. Just a few stuttering strides and leans forward. Beautiful approach to the wicket. And bowls to Cato. Cato gets a delivery that pushes him onto the back foot. Will get a single. Ooh, there's an appeal for a run out. Cato seemed to be meandering down the track. Yes, he got there, but he's got to be careful, really. The return came in and hit the stumps at the far end, but Cato was there. So Milius now comes in to strike. We're talking about Martin. What else could you tell us about him, John?
Well, he's from St. Vincent, and he's one of the players that really doesn't shy away from the workload in our training.
Oh, good. Good work ethic.
Good work ethic, yeah.
14 for 1. Always love to hear when you've got players with good work ethic. It tells you that they've got passion to learn, they've got a good disposition, and they've got a good attitude to life and to what they do as a whole. That's important. There's no success story if you do not work hard. All the great players and all the great personalities scattered around the world who've had a success stories because they've worked hard, even if they're genius. So Martin moves in now to bowl to Milius. He's there now, and Milius is getting a delivery that tucks him up a bit, but he turns it down to backward square. They've hustled for 1, decides against the second run. And nice shot, just got inside the line and used his wrist very well, just turned it behind square. For a moment it looked as though they would get 2. In the end, just 1 was possible. So Milius has now gone on to 12. Roland Cato, whose 2 comes in to strike. Total is pushed on to 15. 15 for 1. Quite a bit of cloud around, but I don't think we should get too concerned about it. This time of the year you don't have much torrential downpour, as here once more is Martin moves in now to bowl to Cato. Cato is looking to pull that. It was a short rising delivery and will go down to the fine leg area for 4. Signaled by the umpire that he maybe got what to it. We'll get the replay here. He has got a glove onto that one and went down to fine leg for 4. Not that he was in control, because it reared at him, got inside the line, and the ball took the glove and went down to the boundary for 4. So Cato has gone to 6 and the total has gone to 19 for 1. Yeah, I like to see him. He's got a smooth, rhythmic approach to the wicket, all fluid, and he does have a pretty decent turn of pace too. Martin once more in, bowls to Cato, who is getting a short rising one, and wide signal by the umpire. But the whole intention is good. I just love to see a fast bowler coming in and charging in after you, wanting to put you onto the back foot. He's gonna learn, but he's got good spirit, good pace, good carry, good bunks, and he's got good height too. As he moves in again, it's 20 for 1. He's got this little stuttering steps before he strides in, leans forward, straightens his approach now, and bowls to Cato, who plays the ball well, I thought. That was short and rising, and went on to the back foot and opened the face of the bat and got it down to the short third man. They got 1. But it's going to learn, though, because no doubt he loves to bowl the ball a bit on the shorter side, just back of a length. And then he's got to learn to bring the ball up, learn to get a bit of lateral movement in and away. But that comes with age. We're in over number 2. Good start in a sense from the general. They've lost the wicket, but the run rate has been good as he once more moves in. Is Martin in now, kicking up his heels. He's there and bowls, and Milius gets a wicket delivery. Oh my golly, I love this. I absolutely love it. Oh, I could look at this for the entire day when a fast bowler is steaming in and he's dropping some of them short, and then the batsman is in there sand dancing. Oh, that is lovely. Well, that went, and when it went into the glove of the keeper, it was not dying. It hit his glove with good pace and was still coming through. Beautiful. I love that. Miller settles once more. Don't know whether he was ruffled, as Martin is in again to bowl to Milius, who is getting a no ball. This time he is rarely going over he did go over the line there.
Yes, overstepping.
Overstepped, and the umpire said no, that was an illegal delivery, so Martin would have to go back. He didn't contest it at all. You know, some of the players will say to umps, well, you know, where did I land? He just goes back and gets the work once more. Here he is again, 22 for 1. Milius takes strike as Martin, none for 9 so far, in now and bowls to Milius, who is looking to drive, hits that over the long on area, and that's going to go close to the boundary. Will it be cut off? Wideish mid-wicket rather, and they get 2. So he had a big heave-ho at that one, got it over the infield and went down to, took it from outside the off stump and got it down to the mid-wicket area, got 2. So he's now gone on to 14 is Milius, and the total has gone to 24 for 1. I love the contest though.
Yes, definitely. This contest is quite intriguing.
I like it. I really like it. 24 for 1 as Martin, none for 11, moves in again. He's going to get there to bowl to Milius. He's just about there now and bowls. And I thought as much. I thought as much that it was going to be a short one. And Milius was all down on his knees, as if getting ready to say his morning prayers as the ball went into the glove of the keeper. So that completes the over. 24 for 1, 24 for 1. The current run rate is 12. So they're on course. They need 77 from 44.
Yeah, good start by the Ginger Generals, and some 24, just 2 overs bowl, going at a run rate of 12 really, and Saffron strikers really need to pull things back, or this game is going to run away from them very quickly.
Yeah, you got to be careful. They don't want the horse to gallop and run away from the stable. Well, if they're going to do that, it means that they've got to ensure that the gate is closed. But right now, the Ginger Generals, they've opened up the floodgates and they are, in fact, motoring on. Milias is 14. Cato, who's taking strike, is on 7. Partnership of 22 so far. From the far end, it's going to be Josh Thomas, who will move in. So pace on the ball again. And he's going to come in to bowl to Roland Cato. He's there and bowls. Cato gets a delivery outside the off stump. Just let it go by. And Lawrence collects behind the stumps.
Yeah, just Thomas, another player with immense potential, fast bowler. We do produce quite a number of good young prospects around the region, around the especially the Windward Islands at this time, Stevenson.
Yes, we've never been short of good fast bowlers in the region over the years, many of whom went on to play for the West Indies. As here is Thomas from the far end, in now to bowl to Cato. Cato is off the back foot, gets one that cuts back into him, and he plays it back along the toe for the bowler to pick up on his follow through. Well, back then, of course, Dominica, when we think about fast bowlers, we had Clem John, who did not go on to play for the West Indies, but he did play for the Windward Islands. Grayson Shillingford, who played in the English County Championship and toured with the West Indies team, I think as early as 1969 thereabout. Turns he's done once more from the top of his mark is Thomas in and bowls to Cato. Cato is getting one down the leg side, wide, confirmed by the umpire, as he just got into the line and tried to turn that down to fine leg, and the keeper going across and collecting. So he is. Then there was also Stamford, who played just a test or so for the West Indies too, one of Carib origin. And of course, if you come to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they produce so very many.
Don't forget about Philip, huh?
Oh, I didn't say, well, I'm sorry. How could I forget Norbert? Norbert, you'll be very unhappy with me. Outstanding all-rounder. Norbert Philip hit the ball hard, really, and was a good fast bowler too. Also represented the West Indies. Comes in once more is Thomas in and bowls. Cato is whipping that, looking to whip that really over the mid-wicket area, and the ball cannons into the pad. And in a very nice, amicable manner, just went down, picked the ball up and sent it back to Josh Thomas, 25 for 1. So for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, of course, Cameron Coffey. And got Nixon Alexei McNamara McLean. Oh, I love the names. Turns once more from the top of his mark. Winston Davis in now to bowl to Cato. And Cato is pulling that, doesn't cue it all that well, and will in fact get a single as the ball goes through the keeper, the fielder there at square leg, and they will come back for the second run. So then there was Casper Davis, who did not go on to play for the West Indies, but he had such a long, beautiful approach to the wicket. You played against Casper, didn't you?
Yes, play with him.
He was sharp.
He was sharp, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Good old Casper. Just wonder where on earth Casper may be there. If you're somewhere within earshot, Casper, good afternoon to you. Here once more is Thomas in and bowls, and he's pulling that well. Fine shot, that's 4 runs. No, taking the catch. Oh, I didn't see the fielder down there. Didn't see the fielder down on the deep mid-wicket boundary. He is one outside the circle, and he picked out his man down at mid-wicket. So what looked like a good shot, really, there was a fielder stationed down there. Let's see, and didn't have to do. Oh well, he came forward and in the end took a good catch. So Cato goes. Cott Campbell of the bowling of Josh Thomas for 9, and the Ginger Generals they're 27 for 2.
a good blow there by Josh Thomas, really setting the trap for Roland Cato and digging this one short way over his head, and Cato not being able to control his delivery, finding the man on the deep mid-wicket boundary.
Yes, so what initially I thought was a good shot down to mid-wicket, there was the fielder right back on the boundary, came in, and in the end took a good catch. So then White Charles has come in to replace Cato, and now the Ginger Generals, they've got two of the best batsmen departed. It's 27 for 2. So Charles is going to be taking strike. Thought that ball stayed long in the air so that they could have really gone for the single. They didn't. Here is Thomas, moves in to bowl to Charles, and Charles gets one down the leg side, wide confirmed by the umpire. Total moves by 1 now to 28 for 2. Did I miss it out anybody else from St. Vincent and the Grenadines?
How could you miss out
Ian Allen?
Winston Davis?
Winston Davis. I did in fact say Winston.
You said
I
Winston?
said Winston.
Okay, well,
Yes.
I beg your pardon.
Thank you.
Winston Davis.
Yes, he's in England now, isn't he?
Yes. Neil Williams?
Neil Williams. Neil Fitzgerald Williams. Here is a delivery that down the leg side, looking to clip that maybe over the fine leg area, doesn't make contact, confirmed wide by the umpire. So yes, Neil Williams from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and he wasn't a rabbit with the bat either.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty good low order batsman.
What about McNeil Morgan?
McNeil Morgan.
Yeah.
Good fast bowler too. Did represent St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and also the Windward Islands. Played for the Windward Islands for several years.
Kenroy Peters.
Kenroy Peters.
I'll
tell you something interesting about Kenny Peters. I'm going to come back to that. Here he is once more, moving in to bowl to Charles, who is off the back foot and pushes the ball up to mid-off. The over comes to an end, 29 for 2. Charles is yet to score, and Milius will be taking strike. Next up, he's 14. I don't think we really appreciate how good Kenny Peters was. He was short, admittedly didn't have the fast bowler's build, but he was a brilliant bowler.
Very skillful.
Very skillful.
Yeah.
And I'm going to check back my stats, but I won't be surprised if he has taken his regional wickets, first class wickets, at an average below 25. Now, I can be wrong, I might be wrong, but I'll be very, very surprised if he's gone past 25 over his extended career playing international cricket, first class cricket. And that's something maybe Kerry Frank could do a little search for me, but I think he's been under 25. Kerry, of course, can find things whenever he wants. That's a good thing about him. Here is Martin in, bowls down the leg side, looking to hoik that over mid-wicket, doesn't make contact, and Lawrence collects behind the stumps. So a lot would depend on Milius here. He's 14 of 9, and a lot would depend on him to stay there. That's important. It's important for him to stay there. He can't afford to be dismissed now. 71 required from 42. Right, so the St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they're produced more than any of the other Windward Islands put together in regards to fast bowlers representing the Windward Islands and the West Indies. Here is once more a delivery that is outside the... Oh, he's dropped him down on the deep mid-wicket boundary. Well, this is a brave bowl shot. It was shot outside the off stump, rocked on the back foot, went Milius, and lifted it. Now, this is interesting. We're going to look at it on the replay. Now, this is outside the off stump, and he took it from outside the off stump and hit it down to square leg. Not very often you see that, I can tell you. Normally, it will go in front of square, but he pulled it down to square leg, and the catch was not taken. Went over the boundary line. Went for 6, I think. Yes, 36 for 2. Here is Martin again, in now to bowl to Milius, who is wrapped on the pad. There is an appeal for leg before. They go to for a very quick single, and maybe just managed to get there. So All excitement taking place there. The leg by now confirmed by the umpire. Total has gone now to 37 for 2. Interesting shot that one was to pull. Oh my golly.
Yes, he got into position quickly and took this delivery from outside of stump and he hit it flat.
And square.
And square, yeah. Yeah.
That was quite an extraordinary shot. Usually it would be more in front of square when it's outside the off stump. Usually that's where it's supposed to go, somewhere in front of square. Quite strangely, this went down to square leg, the square leg boundary. Interesting. Here is Martin in and bowls, and Charles is off the back foot and hits the ball out to Wide Ishmidov. Will get his first run. He's gotten off the mark. He's won, and the total has now moved on to 38 for 2. So the run rate is good. It's up to 10.86. That's not the issue. Whether they can contain their wickets, that's the other challenging factor. Milius comes back into strike. He's on 20. So the power play still intact. Let's see what Milius is going to do with this one, as it's going to be Martin once more in now to bowl to Milius, who to this delivery is off the back foot, gets one that maybe comes into him slightly and kept slightly low, pushed it out on the offside. Dot ball. Total remains on 38 for 2. Well, in the case of Grenada, of course, Sherman Lewis, who's represented the West Indies. We can also think about Wesley Batai Thomas, who you played with.
Yeah.
And against too.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yes. Now he was a short bowler. It was just about 5'7", but he was skiddy.
He was. Neelan Pascal.
Neelan Pascal also. So here he is once more. Lewis in bowls, and he is lifting that over the forward square area. That's gone all the way for 6. He just stood up there, and it was onto the pad, and he just lifted it nicely over the mid-wicket area. It looked almost Andre Fletcher-like, almost the no-look shot that he plays, one of his trademark. And it went all the way for 6. So Milius is really motoring on. He's gone to 26, is 44 for 2. Just wondering whether Kerry Frank has done his homework. Does he look as though he did it?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so we'll await.
He's so efficient, Kerry Frank.
We'll await. I don't think he ever was chided at school for not having produced his homework. Very disciplined young man. That's one of the good thing about good old Kerry Frank. Here he is once was Martin in and Boston. Yes. Oh, that's gone. That was a short rising ball. Listen to me. There was a lot of venom in that. It was short and it was wicked. And the keeper in Lawrence, he's there on the ground spread eagled. But he went up to take that and could not even grasp it. It was a vicious bouncer, called a wide by the umpire. So you've got 5 runs because 4 wides, and of course being the wide ball, so 5 attached to that. It's now 49 for 2. That was a classical fast bowler's response. Whoa. Well, there we go. So we're going to come back. Yeah, his first. Whoa, there I go. I'm going to give you some interesting stats just now, brought up by Kerry Frank. Delivery that is lift over the infield. I think this might go all the way. No, it pulls up just inside, and they will come back for what will be the third. No, they decide against it. The return comes to the bowler's end. So 2 runs. He hit that one inside out there, Milius. 50 has come up, 51 for 2. Milius has gone to 28. And quite a lot of interest there in that particular over. So, of course, he played only 1 test match, but his first class career that spanned 17 years, he picked up. Let's see how many wickets he picked up. 232 wickets at an average of 20.37. Now, this I said. A lot of people may not be aware how economical he was, and in fact has been more economical than any of the other West Indian fast bowlers in terms of first-class cricket. even more economical than Curtly Ambrose.
Yes, Kenroy Peters certainly served Windward Islands cricket and West Indies cricket with great distinction, and there's no surprise. His figures, he has really done an excellent job for especially the Windward Islands.
Yes, 236 first-class wickets at an average of 20. You have to be an outstanding bowler to have that kind of returns. So Ryan John comes into to bowl, and he's going to be moving into bowl to Denroy Charles, 51 for 2. So they're on course here, the Ginger Generals. He is coming from around the wicket. Bowls to Charles, and Charles is slashing at that one outside the off stump. They've gone for one, and won't come back for the second. He didn't cue that all that well. I think he expected to hit that through the cover area. It did go there, but not with much flourish, not with much speed. And he has now gone on to 2. The total has moved on to 52 for 2. Brings Milius now into strike. So he's going to be once more Ranjan, who will come in. He does have a short third man fine and a third man on the boundary wide. And that's because he's going to be trying to bring the ball up. He's there and bowls, and he does bring it up and square cuts well. That's 4 runs. Beautiful shot. He was down on one knee, Milius. Oh, he's in good touch. He really is in good touch. Just went down on one knee, and he square drove. Ooh, that was a lovely shot. 4 runs. Nobody bothered to move because it was hit so very well. He's gone to 32. It's 56 for 2.
Yeah, an excellent shot by Kimani Milius. Ryan John providing whiff on this occasion, and Milius, knowing the kind of batsman that he is, an aggressive batsman, he just held himself to 4. A lovely shot.
So sometimes he seemed to be leg side favoured, but a couple of stinging shots through the offside in this innings of 32 so far. He's hit some glorious shots. 56 for 2, Ginger General. As here once more is John in and bowls to Milius. Milius opens the face of the bat and seeking to glide the ball down to third man. The ball took more the inner portion of the bat and dribbled back to the bowler, who picked up a dot ball. Total remains on 56 for 2. The required run rate 8.18. They're going at 12.44, which is really good. They need 45 of 33. Ryan John. Here he is now. Balls to Milius. Milius is driving in the air. The ball is going down to the long off area. That's gone over him. 6 runs. Well, he lifted that well. It was always going to be a big challenge for the fielder down on the long off area. And he saw it coming for a moment. I guess it looked catchable. And it went over his head. He did leap, but couldn't turn it into a spectacular catch. Yes, that went over his head, genuinely over. 6 runs, he's gone out to 38. 62 for 2. Here's John into bowl to Milius, who hits that contrastingly down to backward square. That's going to run away into the boundary. It does so now, and that's 4 runs. So just slanting down the leg side, and he went after it again. Well, trust me, he's doing it in boundaries here. He's gone quickly to 42, and the total has gone to 66 for 2. Well, he's in a hurry, isn't he?
Yes, definitely.
Milius. Milius is always in a hurry. As here once more is John. Well, he's making a little adjustment to his field. He's telling the fine leg to go a little bit to his left. He's in now and bowls to Milius. Milius is coming forward and drives the ball down to the sweeper position, gets a single. Comfortable single too. So he's taken his total now to 43. And it brings Charles into strike, who has been almost like a spectator at the non-strikers end. He's on 2. And they need now 34 from 30 balls. That's more than gettable. So, just over a run a ball. This is... there seems to be a change of what? Is that... Yes, one of the substitute fielders called on to The ground, I think there's the dislodging of the helmet. Yeah, that's what. So both batsmen are dislodging with the helmet. I guess the spinners are on, and it is felt that if the spinners are on, very little bodily damage or injury could be done. 16 coming off the last over by John, and it's going to be who's the new bowler there? It's going to be George, Jelani George. Right, his skipper has just asked him to hold on a bit. Maybe he's not very happy with his field placing. Everything is set now, so Jelani George will move in to bowl to Milius, who is coming forward and hitting that. That's gone straight and high and hard, and it's gone for 6. Whoa! You know, in old-fashioned Grenadian parlance, you know, we used to call it lashabat. I don't know if you ever heard that. You heard that, John? Yes, yeah. And that's when the batsman is just hitting just about everything. But it's not slugging, tell you what. It's good, authentic shot. He's gone to 49, his Milius of 20. So the 50 looms for him. Here is a delivery from George. He's coming forward and slog sweeping that one, and that's also going. That's gone a long way. That's gone for 6. And the 50 has come in quite dramatic manner. Took that ball from outside the arm stump from the left arm spinner and lifted it over the widest long on, straightest mid-wicket boundary. It went flat and clean over the boundary line. 6 runs there to the to Milius, who has gotten his 50 in quite dramatic manner. It's gone to 55 of 21. It's 79 for 2.
Yes, an excellent half century there by Milius, an aggressive one. Just 21 deliveries to get to 55.
So his second 50 in the tournament. Trust me, when he's motoring, he's really motoring. Jelani George, left arm orthodox, round the wicket to bowl to Milius down the track, and he has been stumped. Oh, he did hit it for 6. Well,
did you miss that?
I missed it. Now he was coming down the track, and I looked at the keeper, but he did in fact got hit. Yes, actually lifted it, but he did it so nonchalantly. That was the thing. I'm sorry, it was so nonchalant, and the keeper was standing up. I just thought for a moment he missed it, but it went for 6. I'm sorry, everybody. Need to go to the optician. Here he is now, bowling to Milius outside the off stump and looking to cut that wide signal by the umpire. So it must have come off maybe the pad of the keeper. It went down to a short third man. 1 more to the total has gone to 86 for 2. Well, what drama. 15 required from 27. Here he is once more. George, none for 19. He's been carnaged. Here he is and bowls to Milius. Milius is striking that out down to the deep extra cover boundary. The catch has been taken, so Milius has gone. Maybe just one shot too many. He reached for it and sort of hit it inside out and was cut down on the deep extra cover boundary. Didn't look to hit that on the ground. He certainly was going for another 6. And the catch taken quite comfortably too. So Milius goes for a well-played 61. Caught Darius Martin down there on the deep extra cover boundary of the bowling of George. He's gone for 61, 86 for 3. And I think that Jelani George will say, I was the one who got the breakthrough.
Yes, George picking up the wicket of Milius, but not before Milius really set the Grenada National Stadium alight this morning with some magnificent clean hitting, and just have, I think, put this game to rest really. Some 15 runs required from 26 deliveries.
Well, it's left for Samoki Charles and Denroy Charles who to see what they can do. It's going to be Denny Charles taking strike. Here is George in bowls, and he is coming forward and driving the ball just in front of square on the offside. think he wanted to hit that straighter, got a single. So one more to his total. He's now gone on to 3, and the total has pushed on now to 87 for 3. Brings the new batsman is Samuki Charles into strike. Just a one delivery to go in this over. As here is George now bowls, and to this delivery, he's getting a full toss. That should have taken the catch. In the end, the ball goes down to third man, and they will in fact get a single. But that was struck back to him. He really should have ended up there with 2 for 21. Didn't take the catch. 1 run resulted in the process, and at the end of the over, it's 88 for 3. They require some 13 from 24 deliveries. And of course, a little later on, we got tomorrow, God's willing, matches. And tomorrow's match, we've got Nutmeg Warriors, right? They're going to be coming up against Bayleaf Blasters. That's in qualifier number 1.
That's right.
And then Ginger Generals will be coming up 3rd place against 4th place against Saffron. So interesting. Here's a new over. It's going to be bowled by Mikel Joseph, and he'll be bowling to Samuki Charles. No, yes. Here he is from the far end. All is set and ready. And he is just about getting ready now to bowl. Well, Samuki Charles taps away at the crease. He's in now and bowls. Coming forward, turns it up on the offside, gets a comfortable single. So he is off the mark. He's gone to 1. And the total has now gone on to 89 for 3. Brings Denroy Charles into strike. Charles is 3. That's Denroy. So the current run rate has been very healthy. 14.43. They need just 3.13. The asking rate, as Mikel Joseph in now to bowl to Denroy Charles, who is hitting that straight. That's going to go between the two fielders, now intercepted by the long off fielder, and they get just 1, but he hit it straight. That's a good thing about it. When you want to go airborne down the ground, it's always better to hit it as straight as possible. Did. 1 more to Denroy Charles, who's gone to 4. 90 now for 3. Samuki Charles now comes into strike. The sweeper position down on the cover area has been brought into the circle. He's in now. Joseph bowls, turned nicely just in front of square of the umpire, to the right of the umpire rather. And the batsmen have time to cross for 1. So 1 more to the total, which has gone to 91 now. 91 for 3. 10 needed of 21. Here once more Mikel Joseph in and bowls to Denroy Charles. So clips that down to the fine leg area. Let's see if the umpire would signal a leg wide. He didn't touch anything at all, as the keeper was dancing around very quickly trying to stop that. He didn't succeed in doing it. So wide signal by the umpire. They've got to reload. He's got to reload Mikel Joseph. 93 for 3. As Joseph once more with a backward point, cover, extra cover, long off, long on, straightest shot mid-wicket, deep backward square, and a fine leg, a little on the wide side. He's in now and bowls, and coming forward, turns it up to extra cover. Thought about a single, but decided against it. So Samuki Charles remains on 3, 93 for 3. As he's in once more, Mikel Joseph bowls and turned up to mid-wicket. Can't score, so a couple of dot balls in the over here. Mikel Joseph, just the 5 runs coming off his over so far, in and bowls. And Samuki Charles is bowling outside the off stump. Doesn't make contact with that one. The over comes to an end. Good over there, bowl by Mikel Joseph. 93 for 3, 93 for 3. So they require 8 from 18.
Yes, a good over there by Joseph. In contrast to what has been happening so far, just pulling things back a little bit. Just 8 runs required from the last 18 balls. So Ginger Generals well placed. to take this one home.
Yes, and they might just do that comfortably. And this, of course, has a lot to do with the brilliant innings of 61 by Kamani Milias, who really struck the ball to all parts of the boundary, all parts of the field. And it was brilliant batting, real 10-10 batting we saw there. So, Josh Thomas is brought back into the attack. He's going to be bowling from the northern Odabo end. And he'll be moving in to bowl to Denny Charles. 93 for 3. First over yielding only 5. Got 1 wicket. Moves in to bowl to Denroy Charles, who is getting a delivery down the leg side. Wide signal by the umpire. So that's going to be 1 less. The total has now moved on to 94. 94 for 3. 7 required from 18 deliveries. They made a real easy meal of this one, the Ginger Generals. 100 was a good total, not big, but good, as Thomas in now and bowls to Denroy Charles, who is looking to whip that down to fine leg. In fact, gets inside the line and does it well too. Ball slanting down the leg side, got inside and turns it down to fine leg, gets a comfortable single. So Denroy Charles has now moved on to 5. They don't have to do anything injudicious here. And the total has moved on to 95 for 3. So easy going, 6 of 17, John.
Yes, quite comfortable right now. Ginger Generals, despite losing the 3 top batsmen so far, but they are well placed.
So Mickey Charles taps away at the crease. Here is Josh Thomas in and bowls. And he is looking to turn that out on the onside. Wide signal by the umpire. Got inside the line. Not that it was terribly far away from the leg stump. Got inside. I was looking to just turn that. Maybe just glance it down to fine leg. Didn't make contact. Total remains on 90. Well, goes by 1 to 96 for 3. 5 required of 17. Thomas again turns from the commentary booth end. He's in now and bowls to Samika Charles, who is getting a delivery down the leg side again. Didn't have to play with that one. That was short and rising. And he just looked at it go by quite harmlessly into the gloves of Lyndon Lawrence. So 4 needed of 17. See the extras. Extras are healthy 19, John.
Yes, the Saffron strikers really contributing healthy to the extras.
Thomas is in and bowls and gets the delivery. Just open. Might have just turned him around a bit at Samuki Charles, but in the end the ball went out in front of square on the offside as Martin came round very quickly, picked up. Total moves on now to 98 for 3. Oh, we didn't do any guessing today.
No,
everything was fast and furious, I guess.
Too fast for us.
We shouldn't do anything now. It's too close. Yeah, here is too close to victory, I mean. 3 balls of 16. 3 runs, rather, of 16 balls. 98 for 3 as Thomas is in now and bowls to Denroy Charles. Charles is wrapped on the pad. There was an appeal for leg before. Not given out by the umpire. The scamper leg by. Might have been struck maybe outside the off stump. We'll get maybe a replay to see where indeed he may have been struck. But John was shouting, how's that, umpire? And the umpire, as constant as the Northern Star, said, not out. So, all is well that ends well, I reckon. Total goes to 99 for 3. They require 2 from 15. Here once more is Thomas. In now to bowl to Samuki Charles, who turns that down to fine leg. Will get a comfortable single. They hustle for 1. Won't come back for the second. That's all there'll be. So the 100 has now been posted. It's 100 for 3. And the scores are now leveled. 100 for 3. So just a 1 run needed and whether Denroy Charles is going to score the one run. Let's see as he turns Josh Thomas, what might well be the last delivery in this innings. Let's see. He's in now and bowls to Denroy Charles, who is wrapped on the pad. There's an appeal for leg before given out. Anticlimactic. That one wrapped him on the pad. He was shuffling in behind it. The umpire's finger went up slowly, and so he's gone leg before. No. So that completes the innings there of Denroy Charles. Leg before to Josh Thomas for 5. It's 100 for 4, just a one needed for what would turn out to be a very good victory by the Ginger Generals.
Josh Thomas picking up the wicket of Charles. Charles is looking to turn this one to leg, and this one hitting plumb in front. Umpire not making any mistake there. This one, Stevenson. This game is basically over, right?
Yes.
We can look a little bit tomorrow. It's same matchup tomorrow. Ginger Generals will take on Saffron Strikers at 2:30 tomorrow.
Yes. And then there's a very interesting match, the first one. That's Nutmeg Warriors against Bailey Blasters.
That's right.
That should be a good matchup. Should be a good match.
Yeah, so tomorrow is going to be the back end of the business.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's no time to be complacent tomorrow.
No. And it's interesting that Andre Fletcher would not be leading the Nutmeg Warriors. Here is a delivery that is pushed up on the offside, and he was out of his crease. I can't believe this. That the batsman, that's Larry Edwards, was just walking casually down the track, almost got himself run out, and the return came, and nobody was there nobody was there at the non-strikers end. So the return came very quickly, and the ball went down through the onside, down to the boundary for 4. So that's how the match has been won. That's how it's been won. Interesting that. So the Ginger General turned out with 104, of course, those overthrows there. 104 for 4, and they've won by 6 wickets. And Josh Thomas, the bowled very well. 2 overs, no wins, picked up 2 for 14. So the Ginger Generals, of course, will be playing Saffron Strikers tomorrow, God's willing. They've just had a victory there. Maybe a little dull climax coming to the end of the innings, but it was a very good performance there by Ginger Generals to chase down 104 and got there for losing only 4 wickets. And they still had 2 overs to go, so it was not a small win. It's a huge victory there for Ginger Generals. Let's just quickly go through the scorecard for you there, and so that you will appreciate the performance, of course, of the Ginger Generals, who have won and won quite convincingly. Milius, who was the mainstay, he really batted very well. He was caught Martin of the bowling of Jelani George for 61, 23 balls for those 61, 6 sixes and 4 fours. Johan Jeremiah was Scott Lewis there at a short fine leg of the bowling of Kem Charles. He went without scoring, just a 1 ball he faced. Roland Cato was Scott Campbell of the bowling of Josh Thomas for 9. Denny Charles leg before to Josh Thomas for 5, and Samuel Charles not out 4. Yes, Edwards not out 4. So that's the situation. 104 for 4 of only 8 overs, but the second highest scorer on the scorecard was the extras. Too many of them. In terms of the bowling, well, Kem Charles 1 over for 15, just a one wicket. Darius Martin had 2 overs for 32, expensive, no wickets. Josh Thomas 2 overs, no wins, picked up 2 for 14. Ryan John had none for 16 of 1. Jelani George, expensive, but had a prize wicket, 1 for 21. And Mikel Joseph, just a 1 over for 5 runs. So the Ginger Generals, they have won and won quite easily. We go down to Cherise. Who we've got with us, Cherise?
This afternoon we have Mr. Andy Noel, the first Vice President of the Grenada Cricket Association, and he will be presenting the coveted Man of the Match award to today's Man of the Match, Mr. Kimani Milius of the Ginger Generals. Kimani scored a whopping 61 runs, hitting 4 fours and 6 sixes today. Kimani, I think the only word that can describe this innings was powerful. How do you feel coming off of today's match?
Well, it's always good to be on the winning side firstly, but credit must be given to Ryan John's team. I find after the first 4 overs in the power play, they were 25 for 1-2, but they came back in the end. In the last 5 overs, I think they got over 70 or 60 something runs. Credit must be given to them for that.
Okay, and the previous batsman accused the pitch of not having a lot of momentum to the beginning. Would you find that was a fair assessment? What was it like batting for you out there?
The wicket, I believe, was slow, but I'm not one of them who blame the wicket. It's just a matter of watching the ball as long as possible and executing very well.
Okay, and how do you feel about your performance today, hitting 6 sixes in an innings?
Good so far, but I can't get complacent. We have other games to play. I'll just take it one game at a time.
Okay, thank you very much, and all the best for the remainder of the tournament.
Thank you.
Well, I can't get complacent. I've got other games to play. I like that. So it's 104 for 4, the Ginger Generals, and they won quite comprehensively indeed. And just to let you know that at 2:30 we've got a match coming up. Clove Challengers will be challenging the Nutmeg Warriors. And of course, Nutmeg Warriors, don't forget they're playing first up tomorrow, God's winning. Their first place. And they'll be playing against second place Bayleaf Blasters. So the Ginger Generals winning comprehensively by 6 wickets. And we invite you to come back at 2:30 for match number 2.